It's Gorman in the morning with Fletcher and Ryder. Now, 92 KQRS.
Gorman in the morning. Minnesota's 92 KQRS. Good Wednesday morning, the 12th of November. I am along with, for the ride, Paul Fletcher.
Yeah, the McRib is back. Happy McRib to all that celebrate.
That's a beautiful way to start the day, Ryder.
Some things around here kind of common. This is a common thing. This is what it is.
It is what it is.
I appreciate
The
that.
McRib is here.
Yes,
the
it
Franken,
is.
The Franken sandwich.
That's true.
I had made it almost to my 30s before I tried a McRib, and my God, I didn't know what I'd been missing. I think I've had like 3 of them in my life, and I've savored every last bite of all 3. But it's been a minute. Maybe I get back on the McRib horse this week.
I've never had one.
Really?
No.
I was shocked at how much I enjoyed it. Yeah.
Wow.
Were there McRibs in the green room before the Howl show last night?
No, which
No?
trust
Put
me,
that on the rider,
I will take the crew to task. I didn't realize. Not only should I have been informed that McRibs were back, I should have been informed that there were McRibs in the dressing room. I would have eaten one in between songs on stage if I'd had the option. Howl, New York City last night.
How'd the show
A banger
go?
of a show.
Nice.
It was
Nice.
great. Webster Hall. It was. We walked out. The word on the street, or I should say, the word within the band was, I think that was the best one yet.
Oh, yeah?
And they've all been pretty good. Yeah. Everybody felt great about it. Crowd enjoyed it. The band enjoyed it, and of course, we don't care what the crew thinks. So it was a great night.
That's right. It seems like you've been saying that was the best one yet after every show, which has to be a good thing.
It's a very good thing.
Yeah.
A little bit of there's a momentum here. We're feeling it. It's rolling right along.
Nice.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, and then the show ended, and then we were in New York City, and that's really all we need to say right there about that. Because man, you come here and you just have a hard time if you don't have your drinking hat on.
Yikes! Ouch!
I'm going to go ahead and say we can talk more later about this, and it's day 4. Really, I got to New York on Sunday. Very, very ready to move on with it though, because I'm off to Philadelphia after this very radio show this morning. But for right now, I'm feeling Minnesota. So Paul Fletcher, why don't we look at some headlines, please?
I'm sad you missed the Northern Lights last night, but you know what? I'm with you because I'm right here and I missed them as well. Ryder, you saw them.
Yeah.
Pretty spectacular is what I'm hearing.
I've been to Iceland and we did a Northern Lights cruise and I was real bummed out. So this kind of made up for it because they were bright even in the city.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
We mentioned.
I was looking at Facebook a moment ago, and people in Nashville, Tennessee, posting photos of the Northern
no
Lights from
way.
last night.
Well, it's funny being the space nerd that I am. I read a story like 3 or 4 days ago that we had one of the largest solar flares that we've had in a long time, and now here they are making it to Earth.
Yep.
That's what's causing it all.
I know you're bummed. Last night was prime, but tonight's supposed to be pretty good too. So.
Okay. All right. Thank you. I appreciate that.
That's why they make pup tents, Fletcher. That's why they make tents.
Well,
Go north,
Yeah.
pitch a tent, get your camera.
I know, but we have a thing to do tomorrow morning. The GOAT, Tom Brady, going to be in town this weekend as part of the TV crew for Bears Vikings. But we just talked about his trading card store the other day. It's going to celebrate its grand opening at the Mall of America as well. Card Vault by Tom Brady opens Sunday at 5 p.m. with a special event in the Rotunda, interactive fan experiences, exclusive giveaways, and a special appearance by the 7-time Super Bowl champion.
Touchdown, Tommy.
Man, what do you think? What's the literal level of involvement in this card shop thing he's starting?
He doesn't.
He wrote a
Just
check.
his name and his face. Do you think he's paying attention to the
check.
rates and the market of cards and such?
I think it's highly unlikely.
He doesn't strike.
I do too.
He's like too cool to be a card collector.
Yeah.
I would think I saw his shop in Chicago last week, and I just thought he's the last guy on earth I would think I'd be talking cards with. Like to your point, Ryder. He's touchdown Tommy. He's way too cool. He's the GOAT. It's like, what are you doing hanging out with all the card nerds? I don't know, it's weird.
You know what, though? That business it's not like it was when we were kids. That has become huge business, and the cards go for tons of money. It's kind of a have-not kind of a situation, whereas back in the day, felt like everybody could kind of collect. Nowadays, it's, it's big money.
It's like Justin Jefferson eating advertising for Little Caesars Pizza. Like, that dude is... one of the best athletes that is active right now. There's no way he's chugging $5 Little Caesars
That's a very good
pizza.
point.
That is not what he is eating. All
Very
kale for
good point.
him.
Target is instituting a new 10-4 policy for workers. The policy requires workers to smile, make eye contact with, and wave or greet a customer who comes within 10 feet. Apparently, consumer metrics rise when customers are greeted.
You're asking Midwesterners to talk to strangers?
Yeah, really, man. This is not, Alabama. Hey, y'all, how y'all doing? No. This is a weird one. It's going to backfire spectacularly.
Do you guys know when you're driving through a small town and like somebody tells you like, hey, we're going through a little town, you have to wave, so you do like the 2 fingers up off the steering wheel?
Sure.
I feel like if they did that, if I could just get like a 2 fingers as I'm walking in the door, I'd feel pretty good.
Well, this is though only if you come within 10 feet. So if you're at 11 feet, you're safe. Then they may still like wave or make eye contact though.
It makes me think about when my dad, later in life, I don't know if it was a book he read, maybe, God forbid, some therapy, but then he started having these conversations where he'd say things like, as we look at the journeys that we've all traveled, he'd start saying words like that, and we would all go, oh, no, never mind, sorry, we don't want you to evolve. Stop, go back. So this is way too uncomfortable all of a sudden. Yeah. We've been asking for some emotional connection for all these years, and now that we're starting to see glimpses of it, we actually prefer it go right back in the jar.
Abort.
Yep,
that's right.
That was it, man.
Not killed by death, but killed by deaf. A punk tribute to Motorhead has just been released. I basically brought this up just for Ryder. It features 14 covers of Motorhead songs, including Rancid, Pennywise, and more, available now on vinyl, CD, or digitally.
Nice.
All right.
Wouldn't it feel weird to listen to Motorhead or punk covers of Motorhead digitally? I mean, it's going to happen, but it just feels weird.
I mean, I'll totally stream it as I'm like at the gym or walking around the neighborhood.
100%.
Hell yeah.
THC seltzers have become a very popular alternative to alcohol over the last several years, and they may soon be made federally illegal. A provision in the bill that would end the government shutdown also effectively bans THC products derived from hemp. And it's got craft breweries in Minnesota scrambling. In 2018, when Congress passed the Farm Bill, it legalized hemp-derived products, allowing for the creation of seltzers. But a letter signed by 38 attorneys general, including Minnesota's Keith Ellison, asked Congress to close what they call a, quote, loophole that allowed for, quote, check this out, Frankenstein THC products that get adults high and harm and even kill children. What children? What children are drinking? This is a quote. What children are drinking THC seltzers? That's what I want to know.
These signatures brought to you by Anheuser-Busch.
Now, you're probably not wrong.
I'm sorry. Don't get me started on what kills more people every day on this planet. Alcohol. Hooch.
Yeah.
Anyway.
And they're saying that this could put a lot of Minnesota breweries out of business. They expect that to see. They'll still be able to do it, but they can't distribute beyond Minnesota with this law. And so getting loans and stuff to do this kind of, it's just going to kill the business, basically.
Yeah, it's going to be tough.
Yeah, it really is. Speaking of tough, Steve, I forget. I know where we stand on snakes. What about spiders?
Couldn't care less.
Okay, well, in an underwater cave on the border of Greece and Albania, scientists recently found that what they believe to be the largest spider web in the world. One said it's thick, stinky, spongy, and huge. Estimated at 1,140 square feet, or the size of a small house, and believed to be home to roughly 110,000 spiders. The colony hosts 2 species of spider that they say typically don't get along. It's like the Hatfield and McCoys, but they're living in harmony.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I did see a photo, and you can
disgusting.
see in the spiderweb, you could see the words "some pig," which was really unexpected.
Wow.
Sorry, I'm a sucker for Charlotte's Web. Still works me over when I think about it.
100%. A 93-year-old guy in L.A. named Norm Feigenbaum got his dog back after almost 2 weeks of the dog missing, and it's all thanks to some dirty socks. Someone spotted her at a nature preserve a mile away, so volunteers set up a humane trap to catch her. She loves Norm's dirty socks, so they made a trail of them leading to the cage. She wandered in about 30 minutes later, and this is Norm talking about the whole thing.
After several days, I really thought she was gone. The house was barren without her. She jumped the block wall fence in the back and tried to follow me to the grocery store. The whole thing is probably due to my smelly socks, actually. I'm not going to wash them. I'm going to put them in a frame and hang them on the wall.
Wow. He sounded so devastated. Holy cow.
Man, he does sound like a guy with bad foot odor, though. I'll be honest.
Yeah.
Sure. Not one to judge. Don't get near me on a certain day. Hey, let's talk sports. Not a whole lot going on, although I will say the San Jose Sharks came to town.
Oh, my God.
And defeated the Wild 2-1. If you wanted to get a shot at the future of the NHL, last night was your chance. Macklin Celebrini, who did not score, but set up both goals for the Sharks. Remember, this kid won the Hobie Baker Award, best freshman in college hockey, 2 years ago. When he was a 17-year-old freshman, which means he's now 19 years old, and he's lighting up the league. He's second in the league in scoring so far this season. One of those, not just like the best kid of his age, but he's an all-timer potentially. Yeah. And boy, just watching the highlights this morning, I was like, oh, yeah, there's that kid again. I keep hearing about him. Matt Boldy had the Wild's only goal, a power play goal. The Ducks come into town Saturday night. The Chicago Bears, of course, come in on Sunday. For everybody who's questioning, myself included, the potential of 9 becoming the man. We have a great chance to look at Caleb Williams, who was drafted number 1 a year ago when McCarthy went 10th. And Caleb Williams had the most up and down struggling. You got to be kidding me. We threw away the franchise again rookie campaign. This year, they're 6-3, and he is steadily improving. He's got, finally got a real coach, Ben Johnson. So, I mean, what I'm saying is we can look at McCarthy and go, well, hang on. Look at Caleb Williams a year ago.
Sure.
It was going sideways and in a lot of different directions, and now he seems to be steadying along. So I'm not throwing 9 out with the bathwater just yet, believe me, because there's a perfect example of the fact that it does take time. Totally. I want to go back to 1967. On this day, November 12th, the Detroit Lions were in town to play the Vikings.
Okay.
The final score was a tie. It was 10-10. But the 10 everyone talks about is the fact that the Detroit Lions fumbled 10 times that day.
Wow.
Methinks the weather wasn't great. 10 fumbles, setting an NFL record. They only lost possession on half of those, but still, the Vikings recovered 5 fumbles in a game and could only eke out a tie.
Wow. Yeah, that's crazy.
Man, back when football was football.
Yeah.
Hey, Mounds View. Come on now. What's up, Mounds View?
Tree City, USA.
What city?
Tree City, USA.
Okay.
Mounds
Didn't
View.
realize.
Yeah. Mounds View.
You think they would have worked that into the name
Yeah.
a little better? Like Trees View, Treetop View.
I know. Pine City needs
whatever.
to step up their game.
Man, I tell you what, they do.
Gorman in the morning. Coming right back. 92 KQRS. Streaming from 92KQRS.com. Gorman in the morning is back. 92 KQRS.
Gorman in the morning. Minnesota's 92 KQRS tonight in St. Paul at the Grand Casino Arena. Stevie Nicks will be performing. Where does she rank all-time greatest female rock singers? I got to think she's pretty much in everybody's clearly top 10, maybe top 5. Maybe she's your number 1. But let's talk about who is on the list. 651-989-ROCK. Feel free to throw us your submissions, if you will. I'll take your top 3. I'll take your top 7. I don't care. Whatever you got, whatever comes to mind. I'm going to start with you, Ryder. Is there a one name that pops up every time, like, bang, that's my girl?
Oh, I don't know singers all that well, so I'm just going to go with, because she freaking rocks, and she did a lot for other bands, especially other women in rock, but is Joan Jett on the list?
Well, on the list we have, which is trending pretty strongly, yes, Joan Jett is a top 10er. She's not a top 5er.
Yeah. Okay.
Coming in at number 8. Certainly, when you think about inspirational and like you said, like opening a door that a lot of other people ran through.
Yeah.
I feel like I didn't see the documentary yet, but did she ever pop up at the Lilith tour? There was a few people that, were unexpectedly showed up. The 90s had a lot of
maybe briefly
great women artists, but they were not rockers as much, but they were all over the years. Every woman comes out and has a Joan Jett story. Like,
Yes.
It's not exactly the Beatles on Ed Sullivan, but when you saw her doing what she did, a lot of people went, that's the North Star. That's somebody I can follow along.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And had her own record label and all of that crazy stuff.
All of that crazy stuff.
Yeah.
The thought comes to me, everybody knows Annie Lennox, but I don't think she's ever like a first ballot thought. But as far as just pure pipes go and singing, and get beyond just the Eurythmics, but when she as a solo artist, as soulful as it gets. I mean, there's not a more soulful, white lady from Scotland, trust me, but she's just like a phenomenal singer. I've always thought that Annie Lennox, she's had a great career. She gets her due, but even I have to remind myself, oh, wait, I love Annie Lennox as a singer. She's absolutely top shelf. Fletcher, and is there one that jumps to mind, or do you, at the same time, I immediately see like 5 or 6 people. Is there one that jumps out first for you?
That's hard. Debbie Harry is one, but the one that came to mind first when we said this was Shirley Manson from Garbage. Just the stuff that she did through the 90s. Certainly not, maybe a pioneer in a little different way, but just, such a powerful, just such a stage presence and a look. The sex was all over the place with her, and the vocal was cool, and she just had a swagger to her that not a lot of women had.
I think you want to say has a swagger to her.
Yes. When I was a kid, I saw The Pretenders, and I remember very, very much seeing Chrissie Hynde and having the whole, she's not like hot or conventionally pretty, but why am I so turned on? Like it was one of those early, adolescent, like, oh my God, there's that first there's just something so sexy about this woman that off stage I probably wouldn't even noticed. You know what I mean?
Fully agree.
She just had, her presence was just overwhelming, and it was, and then on top of it, and she writes these amazing songs, and she's a badass singer. I mean, the whole thing. Also, here's one I want to ask you about. And by the way, there's no wrong answers, and I always say that about music, and I'm dead serious. What you think is right, because that's why music wins all the time. A lot of people really are high on Grace Slick. Maybe I just need to spend more time with the Grace Slick Jefferson Airplane catalog. But I think We Built This City just sort of negates her from contention, does it not? I mean, we all realize that song just changed everything about the trajectory of the legacy of that artist.
Right.
But then doesn't she get a pass because I think she tried to give Nixon acid or something like that?
Well, tried to and did are two very different things.
Yeah, I didn't even know about that. We did. I mean, we have gotten probably 3 or 4 Grace Slick texts early on. So
okay,
she's on the mind of people for sure.
Yeah, no, I'm all for hearing about that. I totally get the significance of the Jefferson Airplane more so than the Starship. And she was really cool, and White Rabbit is all freaky, and I'm sure when that first hit the scene, it was like, oh my God, what's happening in the Bay Area? But I don't know, just never.
Look what Jim Carrey did with it
for me.
Look what Jim Carrey did with it in Cable Guy.
Oh, I know. Not a rock singer, but I will never dismiss anybody who mentions Lady Gaga ever. She is that woman is a comet to me. There's nothing she can't do really well.
Just based on pipes alone, she has to be in like the top 5. Forget persona, genre, etc. Just pipes alone, just the voice itself is unreal.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I mean, not a rock singer, but but she certainly could be. I mean, I would watch Lady Gaga front a rock band, and I'm sure she would knock that right out of the park. 651-989 Rock. We're going to give you the top 5. This is an ongoing poll, and results can change throughout the day.
Sure.
But we've got numbers and we've got names to throw your way. 651-989 Rock. Let us know your top female singers. We're going to give you the top 5 for right now. This could change throughout the show. You are welcome to chime in, 651-989 Rock, and many, many, many people already have. Thank you for that. We will be sharing some text messages, but for right now, let's just get to it. Number 5, inarguable, Tina Turner. You're talking rock and roll singers, going all the way back, almost 60 years. Ike and Tina Turner review, forget it, man. I mean, unstoppable.
Yeah.
5 seems low for Tina. She is freaking amazing.
Number 4 on this list, JJ. And I don't mean 9. I mean Janis Joplin.
One of a kind.
Right away. Oh, sure. Makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
We're way beyond the point where actually the final order matters. I'm just giving you where the votes are. Number 3, inarguably also, Pat Benatar. Another one of those artists who because she had so many like hits on the charts, I think you just have this natural. Oh, but she's not a real rocker. We talk about just pure pipes, phenomenal, and still to this day, still makes it happen. Number 2, in St. Paul tonight, Stevie Nicks, also inarguable. I've heard people like nitpick things about her actual just singing ability. It's like, she's a
God. I didn't want to hear
gypsy
it.
witch from Wales. Get the hell out of here. You try that on for size. Number 1 right now, leading the list. Another one I say, you know what? Hands down, Ann Wilson of Heart, just crushing for 50 years.
That's all she knows how to do.
Some recent health concerns for the first time ever, and she admittedly didn't feel like the same singer she had been her whole life this past year. Still great, but she's like, I can see it starting. I saw her probably 3 years ago and just stood with my mouth open the whole night going, holy smokes, listen to that. Ann Wilson from Heart. Howl, my band played Webster Hall in New York City. Webster Hall, a building that dates back to the 19th century, was formerly a very, very, very lively concert spot back in the day known as the Ritz.
Okay.
An awful lot of very, very big nights, rock nights, 60s, 70s, 80s. The Ritz was hopping. And then also, I heard this last night. I did not realize Webster Hall recording studio in the 50s. And I was told that Don't Be Cruel by Elvis Presley was recorded in that building.
Cow,
No
really?
friggin' way. That's
Which
very
I was
cool.
like, hang on. And of course I meant to go look that up and I didn't. But they were all chirping about the various things that have taken place in that building. For me last night, it was a great crowd, a really good show. We all felt great about it. Steve Wynn from the Dream Syndicate Baseball Project, one of my heroes, one of the guys that made me go, I have to drop out of college and be in a band. He showed up and it was a thrill to see Steve Wynn. Brian Koppelman, I mentioned yesterday, TV creator, writer, screenplay guy. He was there. But most importantly to me, a dude named Clint Steele showed up. Clint Steele is a high school friend of mine who, once we were in college, is the guy that called me and said, hey, do you want to start a band with me? And I said, yes, I do. And I dropped out that day and moved to Atlanta.
Wow.
And it was that phone call that literally changed my life and he called me in my dorm at a time when I don't know how many times the phone in my dorm rang, but most of the times I didn't answer it.
Sure.
And I just happened to that day.
Yeah.
And I'm quite certain if I hadn't answered, he would have just called someone else he knew who thought they were a drummer. So it was a pretty great thing.
Yeah, wow.
A kid I go back to 11th grade with. It was great to see him.
That's way cool.
And it was just fantastic.
And Clint Steele is his actual name, not his porn star name?
Clinton Douglas Steele. That's a real name. Yeah, I know. Trust me, when I met him, I was like, he was this kid that had moved to my small town in Kentucky from Atlanta, Georgia. So he was like a big city kid, and he moved to the small town, and he was like, Clint Steele. Right away, we were like,
Yeah.
oh my God, what a name.
Love that.
Very
Yeah.
cool.
Hey-
How was the New York crowd? Because it seems like they might be too cool to like really have a good time.
No, they had a really good time.
Awesome.
We have been, we're batting 1,000 in terms of, again, being a band that no one has any idea what to expect. I mean, now that there's YouTube clips up, we are astounded every night because people are singing every word to every song now.
Oh, cool.
5 shows in, people have, a fan showed me all the lyrics to like 3 of the songs that they had written down. They're like, oh, I wrote all the lyrics so I could sing along, had them on his phone. I'm like, wow, that's really awesome.
That's crazy.
Sometimes the future's okay. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Yes,
for
nice
sure.
work.
Sometimes living in the future is pretty cool.
In certain doses.
So a bunch of new music. Half the people, I don't know what number. A lot of the people in the room have not heard any of these songs, but the ones who have are singing along. And of course, the question every time is, when's the record coming out? And we keep saying, no idea. I was hoping you would tell me, so we'll figure it out. One step at a time.
Of course.
We're all for putting the cart in front of the horse and doing some shows before the music's available. Why not?
Hey, I wanted to just go back and put this to bed for you. Yes, Elvis Presley did record Don't Be Cruel at Webster Hall Studio, July 2nd, 1956.
Unbelievable.
There we go.
I didn't sound made up. In fact, now that I think about it, Hound Dog also was name checked.
And Any Way You Want Me as well. Yep.
That's incredible.
It really is.
So anyway, Elvis and me. That's what this is all about.
That's what I'm hearing too. Yes.
Yeah, that's kind of how that goes. I mean, I've been in rooms where some cool things happen, and obviously last night was one of those as well. Let's get on the road. We're going to Philadelphia tonight. A place called Union Transfer. Looking very forward to that, and then 2 shows in Georgia. The musical home state of my career.
Yeah.
I started in Atlanta. And then, of course, Mike Mills will be in Athens and Atlanta this weekend. Those will be bangers. If by the number of text messages I'm ignoring from people I haven't heard from in forever, it's going to be pretty lively down there. What's the old saying? The only thing worse than having a bear break into your house is having a bear break into your house twice?
Yep.
Is that an old saying? It should be.
I remember
Very
that one.
popular.
Yeah.
A woman in Colorado, or a family in Colorado, I should say, very surprised to find a bear in their kitchen. More surprised a few hours later after they ran him out the first time that the same bastard came back and ransacked the joint.
What is he thinking?
How about that? How about you get rid of a bear only to have him return to the scene of the crime? He's like those arsonists in the movies. He just wanted to come back and see it
Very
burn.
ballsy.
Here's a little bit. Here's a clip for the homeowner. First, she's letting the bear know that she wants him to leave.
Get out!
Oh my God.
Get out! Get out! Get out! Get out!
I have never been more grateful for men with guns in my entire life. Like, officers, thank you for your courage.
Wow.
Is get out how you get rid of bears?
You know what? I think you're in a situation where you just try anything, right?
What if they don't
think
speak
so.
English?
Interesting reference to the John Sayles film Men with Guns from 1996, but that's beside the point. A great film. Check it out. Seriously, ask for it by name. No, so the bears, the police came. They did get rid of the bears. And then, as I said, a few hours later, the same bear came back. And the second time, he got busy ransacking the kitchen. But then again, it still brings around some mixed feelings. She goes on to tell you what was going through her mind.
Opposing thoughts at the same time. The first was like, oh my God, that's the cutest thing ever. I just want to cuddle it. Like, why doesn't it just come here and play with me? Like, that was the first thought. And then, like, more of my self-preservation instincts kicked in. And it was like, holy moly, there's a bear in my house.
Yeah, it's going to play with you by ripping your throat out.
Yeah.
That's what the bears do.
Yeah, it sounds like a fun cuddling session.
It's going to be awesome right up until it's not.
Right.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I can't believe I'm snuggling with a bear.
Also, I can't imagine the snuggling would be that good because it's not like the bears go to groomers and smell pretty. Reek.
Oh no.
Yeah.
It's. I mean, if you want to cuddle up with a bear, get a stuffed bear and sleep with it in a dumpster. That's the equivalent. That's what's going to happen. That was my favorite animal encounter of the day, except for it's running neck and neck actually in Oregon, off the coast of Oregon, a town called Manzanita. Check this out. A woman's walking along and she sees a shark washed up on the shore, and thanks to Shark Week, she knew exactly what to do.
I had seen enough Shark Week to know if you can grab them by the tail, they can't reach back and bite you. And I was in no danger with him.
No danger?
No danger whatsoever.
I applied that same theory of just grabbing the tail when I saw a walleye washed up on the shore of Lake of the Woods.
That's what it was.
And I was safe. I felt no danger.
Did you eat the walleye or send it back?
We did. Beer battered. Beer battered. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
She continues on a little bit more about her discovery of this shark on the beach.
There was nobody around to ask for help, so I just made the quick decision to get him back into the deep Pacific Ocean.
It is deep, real deep out there.
If nobody else is around, they're not going to see you just abandoning a freaking shark?
Oh, man. I don't know. I'm not sure how... Okay, first things first. Would you walk up to a shark on the beach, and it's not a tiny little shark. I mean, this thing's several feet long, and it doesn't matter how big it is. It's still got those teeth and those jaws. Would you go up and grab a shark by the tail and try to get it back into the water? Yes or no?
Have you not watched Shark Week? Don't you know what to do?
I tell you what, I need to brush up on my Shark Week protocols, that's for sure. So here's the question. What would you? What could you see yourself being more effective at? Returning the shark to the ocean or chasing a bear out of your kitchen?
Okay.
It's a coin toss. Which one do you prefer? 651-989-ROCK. Ever chase a bear out of your house? Ever save a shark? Ever, I don't know, ever actually pee on someone who got stung by a jellyfish?
Yes.
These are the questions we're dying to know. 651-989-ROCK. Lay something on me, Paul.
John said, I'd rather have an experience with a mountain lion. Natural predators will at least kill you before they eat you. Bears will just start eating.
John, that's not the game we're playing right now, but very fair point.
It's a great point. Yeah.
What would you rather be
true.
eaten by? That's the John's game, I guess.
Just a message to the universe. Kill me before you eat me, please. Ryder, you going to save a shark or are you going to take your chances chasing off a bear if it's one or the other?
I think I'm chasing the bear. I
Really?
know what the bear really wants,
Wow.
especially these Colorado bears. What they really want is garbage. And I am very confident that I can supply enough garbage that the bear is going to leave me alone.
You can just breadcrumb his ass right out of the house.
I'm
with
pretty
bag
sure.
after bag of rubble.
Yeah.
I get it.
Pot of honey.
That makes
Let's
sense.
go.
Sure.
Fletcher?
Oh, I'm absolutely saving the shark. I'm going to feel accomplished. Yeah, I'm going to feel accomplished. I don't feel like there's any immediate danger. They say if you grab them by the tail, they cannot reach back and get you. I mean, once you get out into deeper water where they can swim, it's a different story, but I'm willing to take my chances to save it, to help out an animal that's in need.
This is one giant muscle, man.
Yeah, but did you see the size of the shark she saved? It was like 2 feet long. It was not that big of a
The
deal.
determining factor for me is, can I get that shark by the tail and get it airborne? Because I'm not walking it out to the water. I'm chucking it to the water.
Sure.
Okay.
I'm not going more than ankle deep. And if I can whip around and let that thing go like a hammer throw at a track and field event, if I can hammer throw it back in, sure, I'll give it a shot. But if I got to walk out there to at least knee depth water with a shark in my hands, I don't care how big it is. No, that thing's going to turn around and bite me as a way of saying thanks, and I'm not going to appreciate it.
I'm going to take my chances. I trust
Exactly how that goes.
the shark and I have trust.
Gorman in the morning. Coming right back. 92 KQRS. Streaming from 92KQRS.com. Gorman in the morning is back. 92 KQRS.
Good Wednesday morning. Jack White, guitarist of note. Bon Vivant, raconteur, figuratively and literally, in a band called the Raconteurs. Jack White is on the record, basically, as saying, like, we need to get rid of cell phones at concerts. And he's walked the walk, if you will. I saw the Raconteurs a few years ago when they were playing some shows in Nashville, and you had to turn your phone over, and it went in one of those Yonder pouch things, and so you could hold your phone, but you couldn't use it.
Yeah.
And this is at the Ryman, the Mother Church of Country Music, as it's called, in Nashville, Tennessee. About 2,200 people, and everybody walked in there. And in the 30 minutes or so before the show started, the build-up to the show was like nothing I'd experienced in 30 years.
Right.
Because nobody was staring at their phone.
Right.
People were talking to each other. Strangers were making eye contact like, oh, yeah, you ever seen them before?
Like they were at Target.
Everybody, exactly. Everybody was just getting a little more ramped up and revved up. And then once the show started, forget it. From the second the show started, all eyes, all attention, all focus, all the energy in that room was directed towards the stage. The band, in turn, turned it right back to the audience, and it went back and forth in a way that if you weren't around 30 years ago, you never experienced. But talk about a throwback that was so overwhelmingly awesome.
Yeah.
And you know, I was never one of those guys who said, I can't believe people pull their phones out at shows. I mean, it's technology. It's the new thing. People do what they're going to do. But having seen a show where there were no phones, it truly brought me back to, I mean, like my early days seeing bands in clubs when that's what you were there to do, and you didn't worry about, you know, getting your Uber lined up. You didn't worry about, you know, is it going to be raining at the end of the night? You just walked out and looked up. Yes or no? Find out at the time.
Right.
You were focused on the gig. It was an extraordinarily tremendous experience. I've been playing shows the last week with Howl, and there's a lot of people holding up their phones, and I get it. And I said earlier on the show today, people coming to see this band, they've never heard the songs we're playing, but they're singing along because they're on YouTube every day learning the songs.
Right.
Okay.
Okay, that's cool. That's a benefit to the cell phone experience, to be sure. But in the moment, at the venue, when you're there, I'm just going to say, Jack White, I am 100% on your side. I will always go see a concert where phones are not allowed. I think it makes for a better experience for everybody in the room, not just for the artist, but especially for the fans. Go ahead, Ryder. Tell me how wrong I am. Get off my lawn, young woman.
Sure. Well, the first time that I had to do the phones free experience thing, it was to go see the Raconteurs. They played at the Armory. It was way smoother than I thought it was going to be. Getting the phone in the pouch, getting it unlocked when you're done. And I've seen Chappelle at what was XL Energy Center. They did it there, too. So they do it at these big arenas, too, which came up on the Facebook. But man, like if you want that experience to linger and continue on longer, and especially if you're in a club for these smaller bands to get the word out about them, it's people posting this crap to their socials. It just is. It lets me know what other bands are on tour, people who are still playing that I wasn't aware of. It exposes you to some new stuff. And being a shorter person, when people hold their cell phones up, especially their really nice ones, to take a video, that's sometimes my clearest shot at the band, is looking at somebody in front of you. Don't get this because you're 6'3", Steve, but looking at somebody in front of me's picture on their phone. So sometimes that's the best look I get at the stage.
Okay. All right. Fletcher, where are you sitting on this one?
Another way to grow those young bands that are up and coming in small clubs, it's to be present in the moment, fully take it in, experience how incredible they are, and then go out and tell your friends about it. There's one exception I will give myself personally when it comes to a show, and that is this is my job. I'm sort of expected.
Every show you go to is for work,
right? And so
then you're always going to need your phone.
And so I will get a couple photos and a video, but then it's gone. I get what I need during the hit song or whatever, and then I put it away, and I want to be fully immersed, and I've been actually trying to be more present at shows, and I enjoy them more. I enjoy them way more when I have the thing in my pocket and gone and not thinking about it and talking to people and, bumping into people and being annoyed by people and whatever.
But it's easier for me to tell somebody in Sioux Falls I haven't seen in 6 years that this really cool band is happening if it's posted onto my socials, as opposed to me trying to hunt them down and send them a link.
The percentage of footage that I've seen online that it's made me go, oh my God, this band's incredible, is 2% maybe. There's very infrequently is there a video that's worthy.
It's mostly because I forgot how cool a band was.
Right.
And I was they're back.
My daughter Marley, who is a live music fanatic, when she was in, I think, 7th grade, maybe 8th grade, she wanted to go see a show at a club. It was an artist who was Melanie Martinez. Everyone remember who that is?
Very theatrical.
It was very theatrical, sort of goth pop, dark. It was kind of out there.
Extreme costumes, too.
Yeah. Totally crazy. And I took Marley to the show, and I wanted to be in. I just stayed in the back of the room. It was a club gig, and so I wasn't just going to let her go in. She was, I think, maybe 12. And she walked in, and she was right when doors opened. She's like, I'm getting up front. I said, cool. She started running in with the crowd and then turned. I'm watching her, and she comes running back to me, and I'm like, oh, is she chickening out? Does she not want to be up at the very front? And she goes, I almost forgot. And she handed me her phone.
Wow.
Turned around and ran back to the front of the crowd. And I thought that, job well done, Steve. Your daughter is here to take the experience in the moment. It made my day. And I was like, oh, she's so cool. And she is. So this is a 23-year-old now. And she goes to dozens of shows every year. And it's always been her thing, just by choice. She's like, and she'll be the first to say, no, I don't want to get distracted. I just have to be there. She's fanatic about it, and it's pretty great. But then at the same time, she'll be like, well, did you take any videos? Because if I'm at a gig with her, I'll take a video of her, not the band.
Yeah.
I'm at a Panic at the Disco concert with her once, and all I did was take videos of her dancing and singing. And then she's like, well, I'll take a look at those. And so, we all get what we need out of these experiences, I guess. I want to know what you think. 651-989-ROCK. Cell phones at concerts, yay or nay?
Thumbs up.
Hurrah or bazaar? What's that, Ryder?
Thumbs up. Thumbs up. Cell phones at concerts.
Ryder says, bring them on.
Yeah.
I say, leave them in the car myself. 651-989-ROCK. Paul Fletcher.
Mark O'Connor says if they eliminate cell phones at concerts, they should provide Bic lighters.
That's fair. Fletcher, what are you doing at Grand Casino Arena during that wild opening if you don't have your cell phone on and they do all the cool light stuff?
Wild games?
Yeah.
Yeah, phones are fine. That's hockey.
What if
who
they
cares?
do something like that during a concert? Where, you can get involved with your phone.
Then I actually, what I'm doing is I'm leaving my phone out so I can hopefully rebuild my memory in my mind and use it for colorful memories rather than having to document every damn thing that I do.
Anybody ever gone through and truly watched all the stuff you take at a concert? Like if you film songs and stuff, do you then go back? Maybe not. I don't mean the next day, but like a year later, do you ever go, man, I was thinking about that gig. Let me see if I still have that footage. Do you ever go back and look at it? I'm not being like facetious. I'm serious. Have you ever done that?
I saw my guys, Pearl Jam, at Madison Square Garden, which was bordering on a religious experience for me. I think I've gone back and watched that content one time, maybe.
Okay.
And that was in 2019, I think. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, no.
See, if I post something on my socials, it'll pop up in my memories, which I do check, a couple times a week, and that's fun. That's fun to remember that stuff.
Cool. All right. No judgment, just trying to figure out where we all sit here. 651-989-ROCK. Any other texts of note?
Mr. Ryder texted in. I think we've got a massive crevasse created in the midst of the house.
Bickering is our love language, so we're fine.
None of these photos or videos people are taking with their cell phones are doing anyone justice or winning people over. I'm all for cell phone bans at shows. And then he went on to say, no one is discovering garbage from your reel, talking to Ryder. And also 99% of people taking these videos and pictures don't have any reach anyway, so it's extra not doing anyone any favors.
Dude, he's the king of looking at his memories and telling me what concert he was at 16 years ago.
Well, that's the memory.
Stereophonics have a song called Mr. Ryder, and the line, it goes, Mr. Ryder, why don't you tell it like it really is?
He just did, huh?
Now we're talking.
I'm getting him a shirt that says that.
That'd be pretty great.
Gorman in the morning. Coming right back. 92 KQRS. Streaming from 92KQRS.com. Gorman in the morning is back. 92 KQRS.
KQ's Rock the Pantry is happening right now through November 21st. Here's what's going on. 9 a.m. to 5 p.m., Monday through Saturday, we are collecting non-perishable food donations at the KQ Studios for the Open Door Pantry, 2000 Southeast Elm Street. Every donor will get KQ swag and a shot to win awesome prizes like Minnesota Wild tickets, autographed pucks, and a signed Kaprizov jersey. You can get more information at 92KQRS.com, sponsored by our friends at MSP Plumbing, Heating, Air. Now, I'm in New York City, so I can't speak first person, but I assume the lobby is still loaded with KQ swag.
Yeah.
Lots of swag. The table full of non-perishable donations are growing. In fact, we had a fairly regular listener, Jason, who I actually know a bit, sent me a text that he dropped off just this morning. Just posted it on the Instagram.
Jason.
So it's every day you walk out of the building and you see more and more food over there. It's just kind of gives you a good feeling in the step as you leave the premises.
I saw that somebody brought Taco Bell queso dip, and I was real proud of them. I was like, yes, this is what the people want.
You, be honest, you thought nobody's looking.
Nobody. Oh, I didn't take it. I'm not playing like that.
No, I'm just saying you thought about it.
It's for the people who need it.
I know.
2000 Southeast Elm Street. Bring your non-perishable food donations. Pick up some swag. Let's go. All right, it's time for the last word. Shout out to Carol Burnett.
Oh, hell yeah.
Carol Burnett just announced a major endowment at the UCLA School of Theater, Film, and Television. How cool is she? The Carol Burnett Endowed Undergraduate Scholarship in Music Theater. So under this scholarship, which will be around forever, one undergrad student every year at the UCLA School of Theater, Film, and Television's Ray Bolger Musical Theater program will receive tuition and fees all covered.
Nice.
Forever. That's pretty cool.
Hell
Now,
yeah.
Carol Burnett, in case anybody was sleeping, she's got over 140 awards in her career. Just scratching the surface. 6 Golden Globes, 1 Grammy, 1 Tony, the Presidential Medal of Freedom, a Kennedy Center honor, multiple Peabody Awards, a Stephen Sondheim Award, the SAG Lifetime Achievement Award, and the Golden Globes' first Carol Burnett Lifetime Achievement Award for television. Oh, and she gave every one of those to the school as well.
Oh, very cool.
Wow, yeah.
All of her awards on display at the School of Music Theater at UCLA. Here's a little inspiration for you, kids. I'm not going to need these where I'm going. Carol Burnett, good on ya. What an awesome life and career. Tomorrow on this show, Gorman in the Morning, Maggie Ferris is in for Rank You Very Much. Vikings insider Sam Ekstrom will tell us exactly how and why we're going to destroy the Chicago Bears. Hey, and Dean Delray, who's at Acme starting tonight, he will be joining us. Fletcher, what's coming up next?
Coming up, I've got commercial free just after 11:45. I got tickets for Big Head Todd and the Monsters, as well as the Minnesota Wild. And you know what? Let's start the 10 a.m. hour with the Champagne Supernova in the sky.
Ooh, that works for me.
Gorman in the Morning is also Gorman on the go. Get the 92 KQRS app and stream live or catch the Gorman in the Morning podcast anytime. 92 KQRS.